All right, guys, today we're going to talk about the 10 essentials when it comes to hiking, whether it be a day hike, whether it be an overnight hike. So if you're interested, make sure to stay tuned through the intro. What's up? My name is Doug, the Bearded Outdoorsman. Welcome to another video. If you enjoy beard product reviews, beard tips, gear reviews, and gear tips, then you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to be talking about the 10 essentials, the 10 categories that you need when it comes to getting outdoors. If you're going for a day hike, if you're going for an overnight hike, whatever, you need something from each of these 10 categories in order to be prepared. Now, these are in no particular order. First one we're going to talk about is navigation. Navigation is something that you need when you go out hiking, whether that be a compass and a map, whether that be just a map and you having a familiarization with the area, whether that be smartphone app. There are plenty of smartphone apps out there now for the different hiking areas and recreational areas. So whichever one you choose, be familiar with how to use it and be ready to use it if the need arises. All right, so the next one is a light source. Now, I personally prefer a headlamp, but if you prefer a flashlight or something like that, I just like a headlamp because it's hands-free and I can put it on my head and I can work camp, do what I need to do. Now, if you're talking about a day hike, you want a headlamp in the event that you get lost or something happens and you have to stay the night outdoors, you want that light source. All right, the next one is a hat or sun protection. If you're hiking somewhere where there's sun beating down on the trail, then you definitely need some sunscreen. If you're hiking somewhere like I normally hike, which is North Georgia and the Appalachian Trail, you don't see a whole lot of the sun, but you will still get sunburnt. So a hat or sunscreen or something like that to protect you from the sun will be a game changer. If it's really hot and the sun's beating down, you're going to be miserable if you get sunburned. All right, so the next thing is first aid. Now, I believe that you need some form of first aid when you're going outdoors in the event anything happens. But I also am a firm believer that you don't need a full medic kit, a full trauma kit, or a huge first aid kit. I did a video a while back, sometime last year, with my ditty bag and what is included in that. I'll put a card up top. You can go check that video out if you're interested, but that is the essential first aid gear that I carry with me. I carry that ditty bag with me when I'm going on a multiple day hike, or if I'm going on a day hike, I throw it in my day pack. So it has the essentials, it has what I need. So make sure that it's one of the essentials is first aid. Make sure that you have your first aid gear, make sure you know how to use it and carry it with you. Next would be fire, and that can be anything from a lighter to a ferro rod, whatever just means to make a fire. If you're carrying a ferro rod, make sure you know how to use it. Make sure that you didn't just pick it up and take it with you, that you know how to use it and start a fire. Whether that means pack an extra tinder, whatever, but carry some kind of means to build a fire if the need arises. All right, so the next one is a knife. Now, you don't need some big Rambo knife or Bowie knife or even a multi-tool. You just need some form of a sharp edge, some form of a blade. Personally, when I go hiking, I carry a small, probably a 3-inch closed folding knife. That's all I carry. Nothing huge, nothing like this knife. This is too big for me for when I go hiking. I don't carry this. And just a small, sharp knife. If you need to pick a splinter out, if you need to cut a piece of wood, whatever, a knife can come in really, really handy. And it can be something small, just something with a blade. That's sharp enough to carry, but not too big that it weighs your pack down. And even on a day hike, you don't want a real heavy pack. So some form of a blade. Next would be clothes. Now, when I say clothes, I'm talking layers. I'm talking like an extra jacket or a base layer. If it's not real cold outside, but the temperature is dropping at night, you want to be prepared in the event that you have to stay overnight in the woods. Any day hike, you need to be prepared to spend the night. And that means extra clothes. That means an extra change of clothes. That means an extra layer. That means some kind of rain gear. Now, I recently did a video on what I carry for rain gear. I'll put the card up top for that video, but I don't carry a whole lot for rain gear. It's just not a primary thing for me based on where I hike, but know where you're at, know the climate, know what you need to have. And like I said, be prepared. If it's a day hike, be prepared to spend the night. So if the temperatures are dropping really cold, then you need to have some cold weather clothes with you in your day pack. The next is food. So make sure that you have enough food. You want snacks, you want things to get you through the day for a day hike, but you also want food, like I said, I keep saying, to get you through the night. So that can be a little bit extra. That can be a freeze-dried meal thrown in your pack. Now, you don't have to have hot water to make those freeze-dried meals. It just tastes better with hot water, but you don't have to have hot water to make those. So throwing a freeze-dried meal in your backpack for a day hike is good, because if you have to spend the night, you don't want to have to scavenge for food and you don't want to be hungry. A good meal can make the night a lot better, especially if it's cold, if it's miserable, if it's raining. A good meal can make your morale just boost. So having food, have a little extra food than what you're going to need for your day hike is key. All right, the next one is shelter. You want to have some form of shelter. Now, myself, I'm a hammock guy. I like my hammocks, I like my tarp, but for a day hike, I'm probably not going to carry that. For my day hike, I'm going to carry something like my SOL escape bivy, and I'll have that in the event that I need to make a camp and hunker down. Then I can get in that. It's going to keep me warm, it's going to keep me dry, and with a few limbs and that kind of thing, I should be good to go. So that's what I carry for a day hike. And I don't carry my big hammock setup. I don't carry my tarp and all of that kind of stuff. It's just a little bit too much for a day hike. I like a day pack to be really, really lightweight and almost feel like nothing's on my back. So, but you want to have some form of shelter. If that means just a tarp that you can just string up above you, something. You want something to protect you from the elements in the event that you need to either hunker down because of a storm or you need to spend the night. All right, and last, water. Of course you need water on a day hike. However, do you have a way of procuring more water if the need arises? So a water filter or a water filtration system or a way to collect water. You need to be thinking about this. Take a couple, if you're taking bottled water, take a couple bottles of water, or take one bottle of water and your water filter. I've gone on a day hike before and I've taken my water filter and just filtered new water while I was on my hike, just so I knew I had enough water to get me through. I didn't want to pack in a whole lot. So those are a couple options. Now, I really love the Sawyer Squeeze, but I'll show you, there's a card up top. You can check out my water system and what I use. I have used the Sawyer Mini in the past, and I have the Mini and the Squeeze. Both of them are really good. You just want to make sure that you're going to have enough water for an overnight. You want to be prepared for that. So any day hike, here's my last piece of advice, and I've said it throughout this video, and it's gone a lot longer than I anticipated. Anytime you go on a day hike, make sure that you are prepared to spend the night. And that could be food, water, shelter, all of the essentials. Make sure that you have enough of your gear that you need to spend the night in the woods if the need arises. Don't go thinking I'm going for a couple hours and I'm definitely coming home. You need to be prepared to spend the night on any day hike. So, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to add anything, if you're an experienced hiker, help these beginners out. If there's anything that I left out that would be an essential for you, then drop it in the comments. Help everybody learn. Let's all learn together. It might be something that I'm not aware of that I just don't carry, I hadn't thought about. So drop it in the comments and let's all learn together. Until next time, stay bearded, get outdoors, and God bless.